It's time for the You Name It show, starring your friend and mine, Mr. Davin Christensen.
As well as Jerry Taylor.
Yeah, I was waiting to see if you're going to introduce me. Or leave me hanging there on the sidelines.
Yep.
Here we are with another exciting episode. I am once again in Michigan, and Davin is now in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yes, I am. I made it through Minneapolis. I was home for a couple days, and now I'm in Atlanta, or Hotland, as they call it.
How are the peaches down there? Have you tried one of them there Atlanta peaches?
No, I have not had time yet, but everything's Peachtree something, or Peach Street, Peachtree Street, Peachtree Avenue.
I know.
Stupid.
Yeah, you're doing really good right now because you just woke up from a nap. You either just woke up from your nap like you told me, right, or you're hammered already.
No, not at all. There's nothing around here. I had to hunt for Diet Pepsi because this is the home of Coca-Cola. So,
yeah, you won't find that. You know what's good though? Something we don't get in Michigan. It's Mellow Yellow Zero.
Mellow Yellow. Okay, I'll have to look for that one.
It's like Diet Mountain Dew. You don't drink that anyway, but it's fantastic.
Yes.
Speaking of, I, for years, have drank Coca-Cola Zero, and that's what I have in my hand right now, is a Coca-Cola Zero. I've won many a prize from them, shirts and stuff, and all kinds of different swag, if you will.
From saving caps or contests?
Yeah, from saving caps. But no more. The only reason I have one today is because they don't sell it at the 7-Eleven store when I drive home. They don't sell Pepsi, the black one that doesn't have a name. It just has a 0 calorie, and it's a black label. It used to be called Pepsi Max.
Right.
But it's the other one. That's way better than the Coca-Cola Zero. Like you care.
We went and had Thai food this week, Jerry.
We did. We finally saw each other's ugly faces.
I know. We're in town for the same time for, 2 days?
Mm-hmm.
How did your
We had Thai food 2 days ago, and I still have a Thai food hangover.
Do you?
No, not really. But it was weird. This is something that I forgot about, and it really, I really have to watch out because I, sir, am a diabetic, type 2.
Yes.
And Thai food is very high in sugars, apparently.
Okay. So that puts you under.
Yeah, and I was doing this whole thing because I lost a whole bunch of weight, and I cheat every once in a while. So I'm thinking, I'm going to eat this whole platter of Thai food like I used to when I was fatter and I was in eating shape. And now, after doing this crash diet thing, I think my whole system has got used to not having as much sugar and carbs. And when we got back that afternoon, I'm like dying of thirst, and I'm going, why am I so thirsty? And oh shit, that's the diabetes, because that's what happens. Yeah. Your kidneys start to screw up and everything. You got to continuously drink water. You burn your kidneys out, and you get all dehydrated.
Now, were you sluggish too and wanted to take a nap?
Yep.
Yeah.
But then I did an entire 8 ball of cocaine by myself, so that woke me up. So
did you do your homework, Jerry?
So you're just going to let everybody believe I do cocaine, are you?
Yeah.
You're not going to tell me, oh, I get it, it's a joke. You're just going to,
yep. Just let them go with it.
Did I do my homework? What was my homework assignment?
Your homework assignment was to come up with your bucket list.
Oh, yeah. I didn't do it. You know why?
Because it was my idea.
It's a lame excuse. All right. I use OneNote to take down my show notes. So I ran into a situation where it had conflicting OneNote pages, and then it said, all right, copy and paste these into the other one and delete the conflicting page and all this. So I deleted a bunch of shit, and I remember that being on the list. It just said bucket list, and I'm like, what does that mean? And I deleted it. So I only have like 4 lines of show notes this week, and I have the whole PayPal thing we were going to talk about.
You did take a picture.
So I didn't do that.
You did take a picture, though, on our way to Thai food.
I did.
That you wanted to talk about, so that's on the topic list.
Yeah, I didn't write it on the list, but now I got to look at the picture.
So should we hold the bucket list off for next week?
Yeah, I'm going to have to write the bucket list down. Let me look at the picture because I just saw it yesterday. Okay, so we're driving to Thai food, and there it is. Mm-hmm. And we passed a place. In fact, the name of the place is, I don't understand it, I Heart Hair Crush. Hair is in hair on your head.
Okay.
So I don't know who named that shit, but that's the stupidest name I've ever heard. I Heart Hair Crush. Because it's got the heart in there, not the word heart. So it either is I Heart Hair Crush or it's I Hair Crush. Anyway.
I love Hair Crush. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what that means, but there's a giant sign in the window that said 100% virgin Brazilian hair. What the hell?
Okay.
Let's talk about that.
So many questions. First of all, it's got to be hard to find a virgin Brazilian.
Yep, there you go. You just knocked it out of the park with the first one.
But what makes Brazilian hair better than other people's hair? Other countries?
I don't know. Maybe it's got that Cuban old cigar lady spit in it or something that makes it more valuable, like those cigars that they roll.
Or do they?
I don't know why.
Little baby Brazilian women or men give their hair. I wonder.
What kind of hair is it? Where's the hair from? If it's virgin hair, is it closer to the virginity itself, or is it head hair?
Curly pubes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they all do.
Hey,
Brazil is known for the Brazilian wax, so it could be.
Oh, well, then that's the problem, too. Maybe we should ask Lisa. She's a girl. She just walked out. We passed a place called I Heart Something Hair. What was it, Davin? I Heart Something? I don't know. I Heart Crush Hair. And it had a sign in the front that said 100% virgin Brazilian hair.
Yeah, weaves, bitch.
She just yelled, "Weave, bitch," at me. But why does it have to be virgin hair? Why is Brazilian hair better than other hair? She's got no answers for us.
And have you ever had a Brazilian wax?
Davin wants to know if you had a Brazilian wax. She just swore and stuff. I don't know if anybody could hear that. She ended after Davin can suck.
Oh, things Lisa says.
Yeah, things Lisa swears. Well, I don't understand it. All right, we know it's a hair weave place, but I still don't get why it has to be Brazilian hair. Mm-hmm. And I'm making the scientific assumption, Bob in the background, I'm using science, that the virgin hair just means that it's been not used in other weaves. There. Now I got another one coming in. Lindsay just walked in. Let's ask. You want to ask Lindsay?
Sure.
My youngest daughter?
Yeah.
She passed a place.
She probably waxes.
Called I Heart Hair Crush, with a sign in the window that said 100% virgin Brazilian hair. You find that to be odd in any way?
No.
She doesn't find it to be odd at all.
Yeah. Do you pay more for virgin Brazilian hair, I wonder?
I wonder if you pay more for virgin Brazilian hair, Davin says. Must be more. We don't know what's good about Brazilian hair.
It is good.
Lindsay says it's good because it's long.
It's more oily.
Lisa's going with the oily angle. Like maybe it's more oily.
Hair probably means that there was no treatment, like it's never been dyed. Yeah.
Ah, see, she's getting more science, saying it's never been treated before. That's why it's virgin. It's never been dyed a different color or anything.
Weird stuff that you guys are trying to...
I didn't say anything.
He probably did.
Davin doesn't say anything like that. All right, girls, get out of our show. I'm trying to have a show here. I'm being told it's her garage. She doesn't realize that her garage doubles as my studio.
No. Well, she didn't turn the furnace on yet. Surprised.
No, I just turned it off. She turned it on for me, though. She's nice when I call her and say we're doing a show.
Oh, she'll warm it up for you because she knows she'll get you out of the house.
Yeah, she'd rather have me sit in the garage than sit next to her anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Because I smell like the garage, so, you know. Hey,
what exactly does your garage smell like, Jerry?
Beer and cigarettes.
Okay.
And coffee.
And coffee beans, yeah, from roasting coffee beans. I think that smells delicious. She thinks it smells terrible. It's not the same as when you cook coffee beans. When you roast them, it's a whole different smell. It smells like a burning tree.
So I tried out one of my.
It smells like a burning tree made out of assholes. Oh, and she said they have to be inside out assholes too.
Inside out. Oh,
I think they must burn brighter that way, I guess.
You guys are nuts.
All right, you go ahead.
This is proof that there's one person out there for everyone.
Okay. It is true.
How did you find her, Jerry?
I had the same bar.
I figured there was a sign in the window.
I thought about this. 100% pure virgin bald guy. That's what the sign in the window was. No, I met her in junior high school, actually. But then she went away. But I thought this on the way home. I was thinking, you know that whole deal where you think about, oh, if I could take my brain right now, time travel, and go back, and I'd be the same person, but with my brain now. Mm-hmm. And how things would be fun. I was thinking, how do I go back and hit on my my wife to be in 30 years or whatever it is? You know, How would you do that? You go back and hit on them because you have your adult brain. They would probably freak out because you'd be talking to them all confidently but weird. And then that led me into thinking like she'd probably just kick me in the nuts and call me a nerd or something.
Right. And you'd end up with her best friend.
or something. Then I thought, what'd be funny is when you go back and you deal with those like burnout bully guys that would bully people around in junior high school,
right.
How much different it would be with the sense of humor that you have now. You could just fucking slaughter them with a couple of lines. There's no way to be out of a fight. You'd have to fight because they'd be so mad at you.
Especially
back
you
then,
and your
they
comebacks.
didn't, Well, think about the time difference, like the kind of shit that people say today compared to what people would say back then. Mm-hmm. They wouldn't say things like, go eat a bag of dicks. That would never happen back then. People wouldn't even understand it. It would blow their minds if you went back to like 1980 and said to somebody, hey, go eat a bag of dicks, you douchebag. Maybe a douchebag would be back then.
Oh.
Shut
your pie hole.
What would they? Yeah. Just whatever. All the shit people say today. I can't think of any. It wasn't a prepared bit, but I'm sure at home you're thinking of all kinds of shit that you hear on TV that you just would just baffle everybody in that day and age. Anyway, no use dwelling on the past, Davin.
So I got to see my kids while I was home for the one day. And
yes.
My daughter is planning her spring break trip finally. I know we've talked about this a little bit, how she had these grand ideas to go to Cancun and all these other places, but she's made the sensible choice and she's going on a road trip. So she's going down to Florida with her friend. Her friend's got a decent car. They're going to drive. They're going to stop at an aunt's house on the way in Georgia somewhere. Then they're going to go continue down to Naples. However, the person that they're visiting in Naples isn't going to be home the last 2 days. So Lauren asked if I could get her a hotel room. I broke out my life hack. And
let's hear it.
Let's share this with the listeners because a lot of them, this will save you lots and lots and lots of time on hold when you call these different places and they run you through the press 1 for this, press 2 for this. If you press #0, it brings you to the front of the line.
Wow.
And they pick up
Now,
right
that
away.
sounds weird. That sounds like it would never work, but you're saying it works.
It works.
You tried it.
Yes. And it got me right to the front of the line. I was calling the Hyatt reservation line, the rewards line, and your call will be answered in the time that it was received. #0, #0. Hi, Mr. Christensen. What can I do for you?
That's
It
cool,
was
man.
perfect. There's another one, too. Some of these, like, I think probably Comcast and some of the other ones may use this. If you swear profusely while you're on hold, like, motherfucking fuck this fucking shit, fuck shit, fuck damn shit. The voice.
Bag of dicks.
They literally hit bag of dicks. Goddamn Brazilian weave virgin. Fuck. Anyway, they bump you to the front of the line there because they think you're a disgruntled customer. Which means they're listening to what you say while you're on hold.
Wow. The NSA. I always got to say that, though.
Our friends in
So
Virginia.
they have some weird voice recognition algorithm that detects swear words to put you at the front of the line.
Because they think you're an angry customer and you need customer service right away.
I wonder if it's tiring to sit there and swear enough to get to the front of the line.
I don't know.
You just get bored with
Problem
it.
is you have to know when to stop. Because when they pick up, you don't want to still be swearing.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck face. What? What did you say to me, mister? Fuck face. Sometimes it's fun to think about those terms. Hey, fuck face. Mm-hmm. Your face fucks things.
Now, what would be the worst place to be a customer service person at?
PayPal. I just found that out.
Oh, you did? Okay. Let's hear
They
PayPal
found
story.
it out. PayPal. Let's see if I can make it quick because it's a pretty long ordeal. Let's do the Cliff Notes version, which is I purchased something online from a well-known company called Smoke Tech that sells parts for e-cigarettes, which is what I usually smoke at home.
Okay.
Well, I waited and I waited and waited, and they never sent me a we got your payment and we'll ship it out this time. None of that stuff. They just took the money and it was gone.
Okay.
And I waited and waited. So I go on to PayPal, which is what I paid through for some reason. I don't even know why. I just did it because the button was there. And I see, there's a resolution center. Mm-hmm. And so I do the whole form. I go, this is what happened. So let's see. And then on this resolution form, it says, wait a couple of weeks for a response. And then we'll move on if we don't hear anything, kind of a deal. Well, I waited more than a couple of weeks, like 3 weeks. So I go back on the page and said, this is closed. And I went, what? How is this issue closed? And what did I do? I looked. Oh, I sent a message. There's some pre-stuff. I sent a message and they said that it timed out. Said that I didn't go online within 2 weeks and escalate it by pushing the escalate button or whatever.
Okay.
So I get pissed off because they say it's closed now and there's nothing you can do. You can't reopen it.
And now you really want to escalate it.
Yeah. And so I go on, and this is a common thing that I do because we've learned over the years from this show that it works. I went on Twitter, went on Facebook, went on various pages of Facebook, and I posted nice communication at PayPal, calling them out so they know it's for them. Open a dispute, wait for the fraudulent seller to reply, and PayPal closes the claim without warning and bars you from reopening or escalating it to a claim because you are giving the seller too much time to resolve it. Resolution Center sounds good, but does not follow any logic. If anyone needs to try to get help from PayPal, don't wait for the seller, just escalate to a claim. Otherwise, you'll be penalized if you wait too long.
Right.
And so I did a couple of those, and I get this guy back on the post saying, sounds like you've had a frustrating experience. If you can send us a Facebook private message with your account's email address and the details, our teams would be happy to assist you further. Also, please note that although we encourage comments, questions, and conversations on our page, we don't permit repetitive posting on our page. For more information about guidelines, please visit blah, 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 that kind of thing. So that pissed me off because it wasn't on the same page.
Right.
It was on a couple different of the Facebook things like PayPal USA and PayPal PayPal, whatever.
Right.
So I commented back, I'd like to explain why multiple posts were entered. It's because this post doesn't appear on your timeline. You know how they do that, where they have to approve it first?
Right.
You know, I'm sure you understand the effort to warn other possible customers of the problems associated with your product. For instance, providing you with the information you requested above and receiving no response after 20 minutes, not even an acknowledgement of receipt, meaning I sent the private message, right?
Right.
With all the details. Well, Jerry, we appreciate the explanation and can confirm that we've received your Facebook private message with the details. We do not currently offer a live chat feature. However, our teams will review and respond back to your message as soon as they can. Blah, 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 immediate assistance, blah, blah, this. I go, okay, I'll await your response. I hope that there's not a time limit on this where I have to recontact you in order to prevent this from being closed without warning. Thank you.
Smart ass.
Right, they go, this definitely isn't the case. Sending multiple messages can impact the order in which your message is viewed, so sending multiple messages can delay our response times even more. Now, that pissed me off, too, because I say, interesting. I wonder how that works. I sent one private message with the details of the transaction, not multiple. How would any other information impact the order of that one detailed submission? I don't get it. Okay. And then he just goes, Jerry, our teams will respond back to those private messages as soon as they can.
Okay.
All right.
Did they?
Days later, I got this message because nothing happened at all. I apologize for any confusion caused by this process. When this was in a different private message. When a customer files a dispute with PayPal, we send an email notifying them that the dispute has been filed, and disputes use a form of communication between buyers and sellers. Let me see. Blah, blah. Escalated by that date, the claim will be closed and cannot be reopened or escalated to a PayPal claim. We will then send 2 additional emails notifying our customers of this date, and the dispute does not get escalated to a PayPal claim. It will be closed and cannot be reopened. If you failed to receive these email notifications, I would recommend checking your junk and spam folders to see if your email provider misclassified them. Blah, blah, blah. I understand the situation has caused you frustration, but I hope this information has helped to provide some additional clarification.
So basically, you're still fucked.
Yeah, there was no emails at all.
Yeah.
You know, and there's nothing in the spam folder. All I know how to work email. We do it all the time.
Yep.
So this is my response. I get it. No resolution. There were no messages in my message center, no messages in my spam folder, no messages in my email. You know, the message center on PayPal too, right? I guess for some reason you can't open the case back up. Must be a digital wall or something, huh? Anyway, it looks like PayPal isn't concerned enough to help or even concerned enough to reply in a timely fashion. I was told that this was going to a specialist 8 days ago. It took 8 days. But I grabbed screenshots of all the conversations, and I'll be sharing these to social media and all this blah, blah. I was hoping it would be a simple case of...
podcast.
Yeah, I was hoping it would be a simple case of reopening the file and moving forward, but I guess that's impossible, and I know what to watch out for when using PayPal. I'll make sure everybody remembers buyer beware because of the offer of your resolution center. It seems to be just for show, installing a false sense of security. Thanks for not doing anything at all for 8 days and then coming to me with a message telling me it's still my fault and PayPal will attempt to do nothing to help. Good luck. Like that. There was more messages somewhere, but I don't remember. I was kind of, bombarded for a time there.
Did they respond to that last one?
Let's get to that in a second. But what happened in the middle of some of that too? There was some more stuff. I don't remember where that went, but I was really hammering them on the whole technology, saying that. They were telling me that PayPal couldn't break the user license agreement. And I had explained to them that user license agreement was actually between the user and PayPal, and that PayPal wrote it, and it wasn't between PayPal and the user.
Right.
That there is no legality when PayPal is making up the rules. They can change them at any time.
Right.
I also told them that they programmed the system for the claims resolution, that it's not impossible for the person who programmed that system to reopen that claim. And, just did a whole bunch of that. I wish I had those. I don't remember where those are at. But there was a whole lot of that where I'm breaking down the logic, and they were just getting mad at me. Well, after a couple of days, I received a last email. And oddly enough, they refunded all of the cash just to shut me up is basically what happened.
How much cash was it?
It was like $65 or something.
Okay. I was going to say,
So
if you went
good
through
for
all this for
PayPal.
like $12, it's like...
Good for PayPal, but it was really weird that they were trying to tell me that that it was impossible for them to reopen the claim, and it's their fucking system that
their
they
rules.
programmed. Yeah, all of your rules, all of your system, and you're saying it can't be broken, acting like they're going to break a law and be thrown in jail for. Like, it's so stupid. They just deal with people who just go okay and hang up most of the time or whatever.
But not Jerry. Jerry Taylor will take it to the limit just for the amusement
and
point
beyond.
alone.
Yeah, because sometimes that's better than watching TV. You can sit and harass people without swearing, just by using sarcasm and basically calling them idiots for thinking that I'm an idiot.
Oh, my ex-wife used to fuck with people like that too. So I know how it is, Jerry.
You're good to hear it. I'll tell you this much though. It's been going on for years with me, and it was funny because I used to work in a building, and my brother had a business in the same building across on the other side, and he would say, "Hey, let me know when you're going to call the phone company again, because I want to come and listen to it." Because he walked in on me a couple of times when I was dealing with this company called TDS Metrocom. They provided phone and internet, and they were horrible. And I would just go off on them, but never swearing. That's the whole fun part. You don't swear or anything. You just sort of treat them like shit the whole time.
Right.
And he's like, I gotta come down and listen. It's hilarious.
It's your superior attitude and your intellect that gets them.
Superior ed. I know I'm just being a dick, but what else do we have? It's not like we can afford to bring a class action lawsuit, you know?
For $65, yeah.
Right. So they're used to just taking all that little bit of money. Comcast, everybody. They're just used to being able to screw people. They don't expect anybody to fight back long enough to bug them. But now with social media, they really have to watch out because there's all different ways to do it, including the email way. Remember that last one we had? Using the email trick to get a message to the vice president of the company.
Yes. All little life hacks that work.
That's why people need to listen to this show. You learn how to fight the power.
Email right to the vice president. That was great.
I know. Somehow or another, this was escalated up to the executive level. Somehow or another was Davin's email hack.
It works.
Yep.
And the other one was brought to us by Peter the Beard, because he did that in Cleveland a couple years ago when they didn't give him his fridge.
Yeah, you went right on the Twitter feed, right?
Yep.
And there it was.
Shared and
Fridge
responded
showed
right
up.
away.
Well, there it was. That's kind of tied into beating the system on hold. I'm gonna have to call Verizon this week. I wonder if I should just record the whole thing because this is a weird
zero,
one.
Pound zero, get you right to the front of the line.
Tell me what you think of this. This is really bizarre too. So I decided I'm past my contract on month to month, own the phones, right? No more payments for Verizon, and I want to switch. I want to go with a cheaper company because now the service is better for all these cheap companies. So I go with T-Mobile. And I'm really glad so far. So I have 3 phones in my account, mine, Lisa's, and Lindsay's. And I left Lindsay's alone, and I moved mine and Lisa's over to T-Mobile. Now Lindsay still has to cancel hers and move it to a different place. So I did it, and like a day later, Lisa's phone rings. It's Verizon. And I go, don't answer that because they've had this wrong for years. They've had her phone listed as the primary phone on the account. I've told them 1 billion times that that's not the primary phone, and they never change it.
Well, it's because they've never gone back and escalated it. They've hit that digital wall, so they just leave it.
They did. They couldn't break the user agreement or something. So So then I decide the next day I'm going to go online and I'm going to see what it says on the account so I can see if they're asking. I'm figuring they're going to ask for some balance of money or do some stupid shit because they always do. So I try and log in. My account is closed down because I can't log in using the information from my phone line and from Lisa's phone line. They are no longer connected. So they ask you to put in your phone number and your password. Now I can't get into the account because they've shut that part off.
Right.
And I don't have an account built from the other phone number.
Right.
So
you're going to dump us,
does that
we'll
make
dump you.
sense? Yeah. Does that make sense that I cannot communicate? I can't go on and look at what's supposed to be my account online because I transferred the phone itself with the number to another company, as if that phone number no longer works on the web interface as my username.
Yep.
You know?
They're fucking
It's gone now.
Jerry.
I don't know where it went. I think someone stole his phone number and now the system is broken. It's stupid.
You'll have to escalate it to the next level, Jerry.
I know. This means I have to call him now. I wanted to try and go on there and see if I could push a button that says, yes, I'm canceling, and no, I'm not paying that. But now I got to call him.
You definitely need to record that.
Yeah, set up the whole stupid system and do that. Yeah, got to do it anyway, right? For the show.
You might as well.
Oh, what do we have that's not me bitching? What do you got?
Okay. Oh, what do I have? Oh, did you know that if you buy plots, like for family plots, you prepay for funerals, homes, and stuff like that, and, you know, the grave site, that if one of the family members dies, they put the tombstone up and everything.
Yeah.
And say the other family member's still alive, they put a tombstone up with the person's name and no end date.
They just leave it open-ended?
Yeah, is that kind of weird? It kind of reminds you like your mortality. Like, oh, you're going to be dead sitting right next to this person. I didn't realize they'd do that. I thought that was only in Western movies.
Is this a customer's choice? Is this the like they picked out matching tombstones and then they said, all right, well, we'll just throw it up and we'll wait for you. At least it'll be in place.
Yeah, I think that's what they did.
and instead of having an end date, it's kind of like you're going to a party where it says, like, 1932 to question marks.
But
for the time that it ends.
How weird would that be when Martha, who's still living, but Fred passed away, her husband of 38 years. Martha goes to visit Fred's plot, and there's Martha's name right next to Fred with an open-ended date. It's just kind of like, oh, wow.
Yeah, it does. It would freak you out because now every time you go visit Fred, Martha's sitting there going, I'm dying. I'm going to die soon. Fred's gone.
There's
Look,
no date there.
It's right in front of me. It's a giant sign that says I'm dying every time I go visit Fred. Fuck you, Fred.
Yeah, it's got my birthday
enough
there.
of you.
It doesn't have my end date.
All you ever do is sit in the garage and do your dumb podcast anyway, Fred. Oh,
how weird would it be to sneak into that place and then put an end date on there?
Yes, just write the word yesterday. See what they said. Or just chisel in there. You're dead now, Martha.
They know something I don't.
You're dead and you're in heaven. It's all a dream, Martha. Stupid Martha. That's a good one. But we again didn't get through a topic without bringing up death. We have death in every show somewhere.
And poop. We usually talk about poop too.
And we just did again. Poop. See?
Yep.
There it was.
There's an actual poop chart. I didn't get the guy's name, but
Kellogg?
No, look up poop chart.
Look
It's
up
on
poop
there.
chart. What's it supposed to tell you? Is it the health thing?
It's got drawings of poop, like cartoon of what your poop looks like and what it means. And it's like learning a different language. It's like learning the poop language of your body.
Well, I didn't get what you got when I looked it up. I got what I was talking about. The whole Kellogg thing. You know that the Kellogg company started because this guy opened up what they call a sanitarium, which was like a health place. You would go there in the dark ages of the teens or whatever, around the turn of the century. And it's sort of like a health thing. And you would do this shit like, mineral baths and all that kind of crazy shit. But his big deal, Mr. Kellogg's big deal, was poop. And it was like, you could tell how healthy you are by what your poop looks like. So all the people that went here had to take a shit and go show it to him so he could monitor how healthy they were. And that's what popped up here, was all of this, the Bristol stool chart.
The Bristol chart, yes.
Yeah.
So type 1 is the little separate hard little lumps that look like nuts.
Yes.
They've got drawings of poop.
They do. Type
Goes all
2,
the way type 1 to type
sausage
7.
But I can't say sausage shaped, but lumpy. Type 3 looks like a sausage, but with cracks on its surface.
My favorite is type 4. That's my favorite.
4. Like a sausage or snake, smooth and soft.
Like you want to pet it.
I know, right? My pet poop snake. Type 5, soft blobs with clear-cut edges. Passed easily. Type 6, fluffy pieces with ragged edges. A mushy stool. And type 7, they call that the pad
watery,
thai.
no solid pieces, entirely liquid.
Like I said.
It's mud.
Anyway. Yeah, and it tells you what's wrong with you on this whole page, but I'm not reading any of that. That's gross.
This poor Bristol guy probably worked his entire life, and this is what he's known for now.
It's actually the Bristol Royal Infirmary. It was a hospital in Bristol, England.
If it's a guy, his kids are taking a beating. You're the poopy kid.
It was from the famous Fred Bristol, survived by his loving wife, Martha.
Fred, you're a type 5. You're soft blobs with clear-cut edges.
You're easy to pass, Fred.
Stupid.
There was a whole, poop again. Damn it.
Yep, we talked about poop. Hey, did you see that they came out with, this is totally off topic, of course, because I'm so random.
Yeah.
They have come out, it's not official Lego, but they came out with Lego tape.
Lego tape? What is that? What is it? What is it?
It's like duct tape, but it's got the dots. So you can make anything out of Legos now. You can put Legos on anything.
It's got the raised dots that Legos click into?
Exactly. So if you wanted to, say, design a car, you could take a car, wrap it in this tape, and then put Legos on it, and it would look like you made the whole car out of Legos.
Oh, it's cheater tape for Legos.
Yeah, but you could, like, kind of like how I did my fridge in the garage out of pallets. You could do a whole Lego fridge.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. It's just artsy-fartsy shit.
But I thought that was a good invention.
I'm on the fence about it. Half of me thinks it's cheating. The other half thinks it's a great idea.
Yeah.
I wonder, the poop half thinks it's a great idea.
Well, when I was looking at that article, I also looked at the top 10 Lego sets and how much they're worth or valued at.
That's interesting.
It's amazing. There's obviously the top one is the Millennium Falcon.
Okay, I can see that.
And it's valued at like $4,700 if you have the original set. Because it had like limited edition Han Solo and all this other stuff. Plus it's some ridiculous number of pieces. And yeah.
I remember that. Never wanted it. Too old for it then.
Did you play with Legos a lot when you were a kid or no?
No, they kind of came around when I was getting older. So I think you're the same age. So I think there was probably a little window of opportunity from when you were 8 till 12 if you wanted to hit it. But then after that, you're like, I'm not playing with blocks. So, nope. I played with other things like guns and knives, needles, and I ran with scissors a lot too.
Okay,
I'll let you do that. Yeah. All right. Whatever. I had the same shitty stuff you had when you were a kid.
Huff paint.
Modeling
glue.
Johnny West action figures. They didn't even call them action figures then. They didn't call them anything. Like, they never said G.I. Joe doll. So they didn't want to call it a doll because boys would be pissed off. They never called them action figures either. It was just G.I. Joe. And then they had that
Right.
whole thing, Johnny West. Did you ever have those?
I never did the Johnny West stuff, but I did do the G.I. Joe stuff.
Yeah, we had the whole Johnny West routine down in my neighborhood. And it seems like it was rare. Like not a lot of neighborhoods had that. It was strange. But the kid next door did exactly what you're talking about with the Lego saving thing. He did it with the G.I. Joe stuff. His parents were what I would consider upper middle class, especially for our neighborhood, right? We were just basic middle class, auto worker neighborhood. This guy owned his own business, had the biggest house, had a giant pool in the backyard, that kind of shit. So he, in retrospect, I know what was going on. Because this kid would get all of the best toys, but it really didn't have as much to do with money as it had to do with the fact that they ended up getting a divorce shortly, after that. So tried to buy favor from the kid,
By the kid.
Yeah, so
Get a hotel room for a spring break.
Right, there you go. You know what I'm talking about, firsthand. So he got all of the G.I. Joe shit, like all of the most expensive, full-on everything, tanks and all this kind of crap that you'd never see anywhere.
The submarine?
Yeah, everything.
I had the submarine.
There was nothing I could think of that kid didn't have. And this made it even worse for us in the neighborhood. And we didn't challenge him because he was like a socially popular kid or whatever. It wasn't like we were afraid of him. He's likable and everything. But he would not bring those toys out to play. And we were right at the age where you want to play with all this cool shit. Never. Just packed away in the boxes. And then he even put them in the rafters of the garage, right?
So did he have a special friend he would play with him with?
Nope.
Or just him?
He just knew that they were valuable somehow back before everybody knew shit would become valuable. And this is what happened, though. All those years of hoarding those cool G.I. Joes that nobody could play with, I think we were in our mid-20s. And there was a storm, and the garage roof opened up and soaked all that shit and ruined it all in a storm.
Payback.
God damn it. And he probably sat around thinking, I just wasted the last 15 years of my life not playing with G.I. Joes just to have this happen. The coolest shit ever.
Karma. I had the submarine and it was a big submarine because you could fit a full-size G.I. Joe and it had a little pump on it.
Yeah.
And you could pump it up so it would raise and lower and all that stuff in the water. It had buoyancy and it was science.
Yeah, I never saw it work because the kid never played with it, even though he had a giant pool in the background.
But I think my parents bought it for me so I'd take baths.
Yeah. Get in the bath, dirty. Right. Did you have the little rubber ape that came with it where you catch it in the net?
Yeah, it was like a sea lion. They had God, what else? They had the net. They had the octopus, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Great. All right. Speaking
So I
of
guess
old,
I was
speaking
one of your
the
rich
70s,
kid neighbors. But
Yeah,
I
you
played with
probably
the shit.
Well, good for you. At least you did that. Did you let your friend Paul touch the toys or not?
No.
See, you were a dick too.
Yep.
Stingy, G.I. Joe having dick is what you are.
Yep, I was an ass.
But that was the 70s, right?
Correct.
You know what else was the 70s? Gilligan's Island.
Yes, it was.
It's actually part of the 60s to 70s. I made an observation last week. I don't think Lisa liked it, who just came out to smoke again. But we watched the show The Last Man on Earth. Do you ever watch that show?
I have seen it, yes.
It's Gilligan's Island. That's all it is.
It is. It's a rewrite of it.
Right. You got the skinny guy who's always acting goofy and wrong, and you got the fat guy who's his friend who's always trying to keep him straight. You got the Asian guy who's the professor. You got the girls. You got the good-looking girls, and you got the not good-looking one. That would be the Lovey Howell. It's basically just Gilligan's Island that we're watching now.
In the future. Present tense.
Yeah, that was my observation.
I will have to check out some more of those episodes and apply the Gilligan's Island theory to it.
You should. And it's really a funny show, though, so I'm not saying that. It's way funnier than Gilligan's Island.
Yeah, because Will Forte is way better than Bob.
Look, see, she just got mad. She just jumped up and said, "Yeah, because Will Forte is way better than Bob Denver."
Okay.
Which is true. But Will Forte has yet to be arrested for mailing marijuana through the U.S. Postal Service. So, or has he?
Did Bob Denver get arrested for that?
I thought I remembered something like that. You think that's an urban legend? Let's see. Bob Denver mailing drugs. Gilligan arrested, 1998. He was arrested Thursday after a package of marijuana was delivered to his home. Oh, somebody mailed it to him. And that was from CBS News in 1998. So, yes, he was a weed mailer.
Oh, that explains it.
Episode 110, Gilligan mailed weed.
Gilligan's a weed mailer.
You know what you don't want to hear when you're walking out of work? You know the building that we work in, and you walk through the lobby area, and then you go to the little glass foyer part, or whatever it is.
Yeah, the greeting area, the lobby.
You don't want to walk out on your way out to your car and hear a guy excitedly talking on the phone saying, "And there's a dent in the rear driver's quarter panel," as you walk by.
Oh.
Because it's scary.
Was it your car?
No, but that's what you instantly think. It doesn't matter who you are, where you parked. If you hear that when you're walking through the lobby with the guy reporting it, then you're thinking it's your car. So,
oh, this motherfucker hit me. Oh,
that was my other observation. Besides Gilligan's Island, I have one last thing on my list. It's actually for you. It's a plan that some of us came up with to help you.
To help me. To fix me.
No, it's just straight up regular guy help. Okay. And it goes along. It relates to the show in a lot of ways. We were putting together audience. It's called a pre-wire shipment, and it's giant boxes full of wires that Davin has to put on the ground when he goes to work before the show opens. It goes under the carpet. So there's generally about 2, mostly 3 giant cases with 2 wheels on them that you have to try and get from your hotel to the show floor at the convention center. And I don't think any of them are under 150 pounds each. So
no, it's a bit worse part of the job. Okay.
Yeah. So just so the audience is in on it and they know the pain. It's very painful. It really was. When I was on the road, I agree. It was the worst part of the job was trying to get those giant cases over to the show floor. We figured out how you do it now.
Okay.
Has nothing to do with what I said, where you just call the Uber XL and have them, which is what most people do now, and just have the guy help you load them in there, and you drive it over there, and you think you're done. Still, it doesn't matter. If you got to move one of those things 10 feet, you're pissed off. But here's the new plan. You go buy yourself a nice bottle of giggle juice, right?
Okay.
And you walk out to the street with your cases, and you enlist bum help.
Bum help.
You just walk in front of those guys who are dragging those cases along, and you just wave around that bottle of hooch until you get to the show site. Then hand it to them, and everybody's happy.
Can you expense the hooch?
Ooh, that's a good question. No, you'd have to do a workaround with your expenses. I don't think we could do the hooch.
Yeah, it'd be like a tip.
Yeah, you'd have to figure that out.
That
would work.
Josh actually did that in Minneapolis.
What, he paid a bum to cart the shit over there for him?
He tipped a homeless guy to help him lift the cases in the back of a SUV or something.
No, I'm talking about dragging them all the way down the street, like the 4-block walk you'd have to normally get them to the convention center.
In Atlanta, it's like a 4 bum walk. So if you had 4 cases, that would work.
Yeah, but I don't know if you'd be able to get those guys inside, because you actually have about 3/4 of a mile walk inside that building to get to where you need to go.
Yeah, I still have to deal with that because when I checked in here, they said, Mr. Christensen, we see you've got 5 cases here on 2 pallets. I'm like, oh, great.
Oh, well, one of them is you don't have to take over there because I sent it to you. It's got some gear in it. And 5, I don't know why you'd have 5. I thought you'd only have 3. Anyway, the audience at home does not care. Oh, okay. So 2 of those you can scratch up. You don't need to. Then you have the standard 3 package.
Nightmare cable. Oh.
Yep. See, we're safe. We're safe. We talked about work and nobody got hurt.
It's true.
Now we would just wait and see if anybody says anything to me at the
now you're
office.
giving the idea of getting some hooch. That's all we need.
I was trying to tell Mike Zane that because he was trying to use the old regular slang for stuff, not slang, but he goes, yeah, you get a bottle of night train, or you just do. I go, no, you can't say that. You have to say something strange that people don't usually hear. It's not funny unless you say something like giggle juice, or you say something like, pick a brand of something that's nobody ever thinks of.
Right.
Don't just say a bottle of night train. It's too easy. Or a bottle of Boone's Farm.
Mad Dog 2020.
You got to go around the corner on it. You got to mix something up. Got to get a bottle of piss water Chablis, or something like that.
Here's an idea that I thought of. I was watching TV the other day, and I was watching the X Factor.
Okay, your favorite kind of show.
I cannot believe they have not tried this yet. Okay, X Factor is the one where their backs are all turned and they don't see the singer. So the singer comes out, sings their song, and then they decide
That's the
whether
voice.
is that the voice?
That's the voice.
That's the voice, sorry. So I'm talking about the voice. Why don't they bring out real singers to surprise these people? Like bring Aretha Franklin out to sing Respect and see if they vote for her. Or
I thought they did.
Or Stevie Wonder or Ariana Grande or best yet Nickelback. Bring Nickelback out and no one will turn their chairs.
Nickelback. You watch, they'll all turn their chairs. Is that the one what's the one everybody pretends to hate all the time? Is it Nickelback?
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be funny. They all turn. You're the great. Oh, damn it. They got all mad because they can't make fun of them anymore. Or is it Coldplay? Which one did people make fun of? I think they make fun of Coldplay too, don't they?
They might.
You and your shows. You and your stories.
I
like that one.
Shows.
But that one goes on forever. And when I was on the road, I would get hooked on it and then I'd forget about it, but then I wouldn't want to put the time in to catch up because there's too many episodes. Well, my smoke is almost done. The audience will be happy for that. And the show itself is right here in its dying stages of the day.
Indeed.
So do you have any final things that you'd like to share with our fine audience, my friend?
Let's see. What do I want to say? Oh, I've got one last thing. You may be able to tell me.
Okay.
TGI Fridays is bringing back the Always Endless $10 app.
Okay.
So do you pay $10 per appetizer or $10 and you can eat as many appetizers as you want?
Wow. This I don't know. Let me look it up. My typing's not working. Always.
And if it's always endless, there's no time limit, right?
Always endless apps. $10 unlimited appetizers. Why are we talking about this?
There's got to be some kind of dumb rules in there because it can't be $10.
Endless apps are now truly endless. So we made the Endless Apps webpage endless too. You can now scroll through or eat your choice of endless apps for an unlimited time. Dig in and enjoy. Buy one appetizer at $10 each per person and get free refills of your choice while supplies last. So that looks to be that if you bought the new fried pickles for $10, you could refill with the loaded potato skins.
Yep. And
so
the meatballs
maybe you should go there
next, and then the marinara.
The pot stickers.
Next. Yeah.
Barbecued chicken flatbread, boneless wings. Yeah. I'm hungry. I'm really hungry right now, damn it. Damn you,
tear up some boneless wings on that. Always endless apps.
You got a TGI Fridays near you in Atlanta? I don't remember. I know you got a Johnny Rockets, but you got to walk far from.
And a Taco Mac.
Oh, yeah. And you got the cool Dan Tana's, where all the CNN people hang out.
Yep, that whole CNN center with all the different shops in there, and Arby's, and they've got pizza place in there. They've got all kinds of stuff. Little Mexican place.
Yep. You got to pick the right time to go, though. Don't go right at lunch. Always stagger your lunch in Atlanta so you can get over there.
Yeah. Well, it's a hike and a half anyway.
I can't remember what I did for lunch last time. I might not even have had lunch and waited, and then after the day was over, I would just stop there on the way back to the hotel and get Taco Bell, because they have one of those too.
Yep. Taco Bell.
All right, I wrote down bucket list for next week. We got past the PayPal dispute. This has been a show full of information for everybody. Next week, you're going to learn something about Davin's bucket list, and then he'll make fun of mine. I don't know even what goes on a bucket list. I don't know. It's just things you want to do before you die, right?
Yeah, mine is pretty short because I really haven't.
I don't have a lot of shit.
I buy whatever I want usually, and I travel so much I really don't want to go see other shit. So
yeah, I'm gonna have to think about that one.
Most people put travel stuff on their bucket list and life goals and owning something.
Yeah,
I've got a copy of my son's bucket list, so I'll have to read that one off to you.
Yeah, let's do that. And I'll try and make mine a reasonable bucket list. I'm not going to do stupid shit like win the lottery. Yeah. I want to win the lottery. I'm not going to do that. I'll probably start off with play penny toes with the corpse of Davin's grandpa.
Oh, you could. I'll play penny toes with you in the office someday, and we'll see what people say.
Oh, no, you won't. Penny toes. All right, everyone, gather around. Davin and I are going to play a rousing game of penny toes. Dumb. All right, Davin, thanks for being on the show again for the 110th time.
Thank you. Sorry I wasn't drunk, Jerry, but Papa Wheelie.
Oh, you will be next time. Say it again.
Papa Wheelie, guys.